What's up, guys? How's it going? In today's video is a time lapse of a flat top Maxim jib being taken down. It's being leased by Flintco here in Memphis, Tennessee. So here they are taking down the main counterweights. I do want to say that I'm sorry for committing the cardinal sin of filming in portrait. Only the first couple of minutes are in portrait while they're taking down the weights. That's when I realized that I was an idiot and switched it over to landscape. This first weight is the smallest of the weights to come down, yet it's still huge, as you can see those people down there next to it. And here comes another weight. These counterweights are made out of concrete. Looks like they're either painted or they've got some type of metal sheathing around them. That's them been painted the company colors, Maxim. All their stuff is red. I'm not sure on the height or the lifting capabilities of this crane, but the building that they're building is 10 stories tall. It's got another like half story above it, and the bottom 2 stories are pretty big. So I'd say it's at least 150 foot, maybe 180. And then the big yellow mobile crane is probably at least 180 to 200 feet. And they're taking out another weight. As you can see, the weights continue to get bigger closer to the middle of the crane. And their main purpose is to counterbalance the load. As much weight as you got up there is as much as you can pull. The crane can carry. Along with a lot of other factors. And here they are taking out another weight. There's one more weight to go before we switch to portrait. Once again, sorry about that. I tried fixing it, flipping it around, changing the scale, but it really kind of stretched everything out, made it look bad. And there really wasn't much I could do. Couldn't run down there and tell them that I messed up the shot to put the weights back in. They'd probably just look at me like I was an idiot. And that building that they're currently building is a Caption by Hyatt. I believe it's going to be called a Caption or a Captain. But yeah, it's a new hotel brand of Hyatt's. So is the Hyatt Centric. The one right next door is brand new. It's the first Hyatt Centric in the United States. And the empty lot next door, kind of where they're dropping these weights, is going to be another Hyatt. This will be called the Grand Hyatt. And it'll be 20 stories tall. So maybe I'll get another time-lapse video of them putting up that crane. And once again, there's another weight coming down. Okay, and here they are taking down the main jib, or the working arm of the crane, which is what takes the load, picks up whatever they're picking up and swings it around, puts it where it needs to go. And you can see the guys up there holding on. They were climbing all over that thing like monkeys. There's no way I could. I'm not scared of heights, but that seemed pretty scary. They had harnesses and everything, but without a floor, just being hung up there looking straight down, pretty scary. Yeah, the scale of these pieces really comes into focus whenever it gets close to the ground and you see people standing next to it. When it's way up in the air, you really can't tell exactly how big it is. And like I said, I'm not sure how long the actual jib is on this specific crane, but it's pretty big. And now that it's on the ground and in scale with the other buildings, you can really tell just how long it is and how big it is. And here they are taking off small portions of the jib. They slowly took it apart, one piece at a time. And here they are loading those parts onto an 18-wheeler. I do have to say that Maxim had their stuff together whenever they came to take this crane down. It did take a day and a half for them to get it down, but they had their 18-wheelers all lined up, ready to go. It probably took 10 or 12 full loads to get this whole thing out of here. But they, everything today is delayed. Seems like shipping is the biggest problem, either coming into the port or once it is in the port, getting an 18-wheeler to get it out of there. But Maxim, they had their ducks in a row, I can say that, because they kept them going. They never were delayed, so that was nice. There wasn't a bunch of sitting around waiting on trucks. Okay, and I missed this part because I was on the phone and I couldn't record, but that is the trolley coming down that moves the load left and right. Here's more parts of the jib. And this is where I started recording in time lapse because I was on the phone and couldn't do video, and discovered that was amazing. So the rest of this will be in time lapse. It's a lot faster. There's more jib coming down. Okay, and here's the last counterweight coming down. This one's absolutely massive too. It's the biggest of all the weights, as you can see. Okay, and this gets sketchy. Oh man, look at that. The big part of the tail end of that mast caught the wind and slammed into that crane. That was really scary because cranes do not take torque, and that was a lot of torque going into that crane arm. I was very afraid that it was going to collapse. Yeah, that scared me. And then here comes the slewing unit and the main cab. That might just be the cab. Could be this, both of them kind of combined together, but that's the cab and part that rotates. There's maybe the main slewing unit. I don't know. That's part of the rotation that makes the crane rotate. And here come the main tower pieces coming down. And once they get to this stage, it didn't take them long at all to get all these pieces out. There's only 4 bolts in the corners holding it all together. From what I could tell, there might be more than that, but that's what I could see. That part was a little sketchy there too. That thing was bouncing around when they started laying it down. And then there's the last piece of the crane coming out. That was bolted into a massive piece of concrete that held the whole thing up. And they're beating on, I don't know, bolts or something down there and getting it ready for shipping. And that's the last piece. And now here's the crane that is taking itself apart. But thanks for watching. A like would be appreciated. It took a day and a half of recording to get this done. And stay tuned. I got another good video coming out. It doesn't relate to this, but it relates to the home construction industry and how I lost a large sum of money. I'm sure you'd like to hear about how that happened. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to subscribe to catch that next video.